Hi, this is Ken. This special video I'm calling The Door. It is a metaphor why we go in and out of enlightenment. For many of us, every once in a while, we may get a glimpse of what enlightenment is. We may feel an inner peace, love, a feeling of calm within us when everything isn't so confusing. But something happens. And within a day, an hour, even a few minutes, everything that we once felt is gone. We don't remain enlightened. In fact, we fall back into the patterns that we once fell in and what we used to be before we had that wonderful feeling of inner peace. I want you to picture a door on top of a hill. On one side of the door, as you're walking up the hill, your is life, and basically everything that we're exposed to, everything we learn, all the horrors that we see. But on the other side of the door, on top of the hill, lies enlightenment. And enlightenment is a feeling of inner peace and love, where the spirit is actually dominating your life. Although the ego, which is everything we learned in life and believed to be true, will always be with us, it no longer is influencing the primary direction of our life. What happens is, as we approach the door, we may step through it briefly, but then something happens in our life that draws us back through the door of enlightenment to the other side, our human side, our ego side. And very often we start to fall down the hill. Whether that something is a trigger that reminds us of something that happened in the past, whether it's an event like a divorce, the death of somebody close to you, the loss of a job, whatever it might be, it draws us back and we begin to descend down the hill again, sometimes all the way to the bottom of the hill, where we have to start our ascent up again to try to get to the door where we will find enlightenment. It is frustrating to get those glimpses of what life could be like if only we truly accepted and believed in everything within us, with our spirit, our essence, our peace of God that is within each of us. But yet life has a way of getting in its way. To pass through the door and remain there is a very difficult thing to do. It may take many years. It may never happen. You may pass in and out of the door many, many times or only once. And in a sense, from the Hindus, it may take many lifetimes to pass through the door and be able to remain there, to remain in enlightenment. What it truly takes, though, is an understanding of why you're drawn back through the door, which we talked about, but how to remain on the other side of the door. To remain on the other side of the door, many people awaken and they start their journey up the hill, trying to get to the door of enlightenment. But again, they're drawn back through life's circumstances. To get to the other side of the door and remain there, though, it is important that you embrace the messages of the Spirit within you. The inner peace, the love that exists within you. Again, though the ego will always remain with you, it is only when you truly accept the messages of the Spirit and allow the Spirit to dominate the direction of your life rather than the ego to direct the domination of your life. At that point, you remain through the door and you become enlightened. This is Ken with another spiritual video using a metaphor of the door to try to explain why we fall in and out of enlightenment and how to remain enlightened.